Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy you guys are here with me today. I have not done a marathon video in quite some time, and I feel like every time I put one up, it actually does pretty well. So I figured why not go ahead and hook you guys up with a bunch of my most popular recent videos and compile them all into one video. That way you guys can get hours of cleaning motivation. Now, these videos are really amazing when you are someone that likes to get up and clean and you don't want to have to worry about like fiddling, changing different videos or different channels. You can just put this on and let it play and tackle everything that you need to get done around your home. Another reason I love marathon videos, at least from a personal perspective, is when I happen to stumble across a new channel, I love to binge their videos. So if you guys are new here, this also gives you a great opportunity to catch up on a lot of my recent videos. So I hope you guys really enjoy this one. I also want to point out that since these are videos that I have shared before and they're just being put together to make one long video, you guys may see maybe I did a collab or a sponsorship or anything like that. So I won't have a lot of those things linked down below in the description box. But what I will do is I will take the videos that I put in today's video and put the link in the description box. That way you can go click on that and then you can have everything that you need in the description box. So if maybe I shared somebody or a channel in one of these videos, you can easily find them, or maybe I shared a product or something that you guys are interested in, it'll give you easy access to just go click and check it out. So I just wanted to preface that before we dive into today's video. And I hope you guys really enjoy it. And I cannot wait to chat with you guys down below in the comments. Enjoy. Welcome back to my channel and today's video. If you guys are new here, I am Katie and today's video is a big one. I am sharing so much good footage in today's video, so I hope you guys are ready to get motivated. I'm actually editing this video that you're watching right now and decided to pick up my phone and just film this little intro clip for you all just to kind of break down today's video, and then I'll kind of move through everything in my voiceover as well. But I am hiding in my room right now because we have active construction going on all over my house. The whole downstairs is torn up, and make sure you guys stick through this video to the end because I'm going to be giving you guys some video footage of what my house looks like and what it looks like right now. And make sure if you guys are not subscribed, you guys stick around because I'm going to be sharing the rest of this process with you as well. So my house is a complete disaster and construction zone. It is pure chaos, and I will give you guys more of the breakdown as I do the voiceover, but we had a huge hiccup, like a huge speed bump right at the beginning of construction yesterday, and I'm still not over it. So I will explain that throughout today's video. I'm also cleaning up after my son's 8th birthday party in the beginning of this video. And then I'm also going to be prepping for, of course, construction. So I had to pull a lot of my decorations down. We had to move a lot of stuff into the garage, roll up rugs. I wanted to pull back my appliances and clean underneath and whatnot. So you're going to be seeing all of that in today's video. So a lot of relatable cleaning, a lot of home updates, after party cleaning and stuff like that. So I just wanted to throw that out there in the beginning. I can't talk. Throw that out there in the beginning of this video because we are covering a lot. So I'm really excited to share today's video. But like I said, make sure you guys stick around and subscribe if you guys have not done so already, because the flooring is looking absolutely amazing and it does not even look like the same house. So let's go ahead and jump into today's video. I'm so excited to share it with you.
Kinda simple, kinda wishful.
So as I mentioned, we are covering a lot in today's video. So of course I need to kick off by clearing the clutter. So my youngest son, Colton, turned 8 and we did a little celebration here at the house. We got a jolly jumper, we had some friends and family over, and we had pizza and had cupcakes, and he just had the best day. But he also got a lot of new toys, and so I need to go through the downstairs and clear the clutter before we can dive into the deep cleaning and clearing everything out. We need to get a little bit more organized. So that's what I'm going to start out today's video. So you're going to see me doing some messy cleaning from cleaning up from the birthday party, and then we have a lot of deep cleaning to do. There are definitely two types of people: the people that keep the bags so they can reuse them when they receive a gift or host a birthday, or the ones that toss them and just move on and go out and buy a new bag when they need it. And I'm definitely the person to save the bags. Let me know down below if you're like me and you like to save the bags and reuse them. I have a whole little organizer where I have a bunch of bags that I have kept over time, and then that way I can just go over to my little gift wrapping station and go through my bags and see if I have what I need already to save a couple bucks. Now I'm so tired of hearing all your stories. So what I am getting started on here in this room, you guys see me starting to clear off the surfaces, any home decor that I have, lamps. We're gonna roll up some rugs and get all this cleaned underneath here, because when they come lay the flooring the day after this, I just want to know that it's nice and clean under there, and that, you know, we weren't going over a bunch of crumbs or anything like that. So we really need to clear out this space and get it all clean. That way when the contractors get here with the new flooring, we just have a nice clean slate to work with.
Wait a second, I don't need you. Then why so settled? I miswithdrew. Still it feels just like I'm waiting for something better. Wait a second, I wanna stay up late with my heart in your head. Maybe stare too much cause you don't understand. You got me gone. You don't understand. You got me gone. But sometimes I might be a bit selfish when you're way too humble. Might be overzealous, getting you in trouble. Cause I'm a little bit unsteady, even a little bit mad. Might be a disaster, or just the best you've ever had.
So I thought this might be a good point in the video to go ahead and give you guys a little update on the huge hiccup we had, I guess you could call it, putting it lightly, that we had right in the beginning of construction. And I'm still just like in disbelief over it. But as you can see, our whole downstairs is tile, with the exception of our guest bedroom down here that is carpet. And when we went in to purchase our new flooring and go over all the information, we were told because of the flooring that we had, it wasn't necessary to demo all the tile out. And I was so relieved to hear that, because I know when you demo tile, that is a big job and it's a messy job. And because we do have some more smooth flooring, it just wasn't necessary, and just the extra costs just were not, it didn't need to be done. Well, my husband was at work and I had an appointment that morning, so the contractors were here and we were not. And I guess one of the contractors started to demo the tile, and by the time somebody caught him on their crew and said no, it was already too late. So unfortunately, they came in and demoed all this tile even though they weren't supposed to. So that was a very stressful moment. I had to reach out to several people because that was a very expensive cost for labor to have this demoed, and I had a minor heart attack. So yeah, that was right at the beginning of construction. It was the very first day, within the first hour of them being here. So it was definitely not the way that I wanted to kick this off, and it also displaced us in our home for a lot longer because instead of coming in and going right to laying the flooring, we had a whole demo going on in our house. But things are moving along. The whole downstairs is now covered in our beautiful flooring, and make sure you guys stick through this video so you guys can see it, because I do show you guys what my house looked like during demo and what it's looking like now.
We used to be so strong. That picture perfect sky now it looks so gray and cold. We've been laying here since 4 a.m. and you haven't said a word to me. Silent treatment, is this what it feels like when your heart is aching, when it bleeds? If it's over, just say it out loud. Say those words, go ahead, just shout it out. Just be honest, be a man right now. Say it's over, if it's over. Do you remember when we went to Paris in July? Got stuck out in the rain, but we danced around and didn't mind it. So young and reckless, baby, you and I fit just like a glove, but I guess that's over now. We've been laying here since 4 a.m. and you haven't said a word to me. Silent treatment, is this what it feels like when your heart is aching, when it bleeds? If it's over, just say it out loud. Say those words, go ahead, just shout it out. Just be honest, be a man right now. Say it's over, if it's over. If it's over, just say it out loud. Say those words, go ahead, just shout it out. Just be honest, be a man right now. Say it's over, if it's over. We've been laying here since 4 a.m. Silent treatment, is this what it feels like? If it's over, just say it out loud. Say those words, go ahead, just shout it out. Just be honest, be a man right now. Say it's over, if it's over.
I hope you all enjoyed that little music break there. I love that song, and every time I play it, I get so many comments on how you guys love it too. And it is called Just Say It Out Loud by Gamma Skies. And so I just wanted to let that play through because there is going to be a lot of chatting in this video. So I hope you guys were able to enjoy those clips as I kind of cleaned up that dining room area. And now we are on to the dishes. I really wanted to get caught up on dishes before construction started because I wasn't sure how much access I would have to my kitchen because they do come in and cover everything in plastic. So I didn't want to go through construction with a sink full of dishes. I just wanted to be as caught up as possible. So we're gonna go ahead and get this sink emptied out. As you all know, I love my Scrub Daddy sponges, and so I got this new one so I could go ahead and swap out the one that I have. I try and do this every couple of months, and I love these sponges, so I just wanted to show you guys the box and what they do and what they're capable of, and they're just so darn handy, and they're only about $3. So if you guys never used one, highly recommend. So I'm just going to toss this old one and replace it with a new one. And another thing I love about these sponges, this is not sponsored by the way, is you can throw them in the top rack of your dishwasher too, and it just sterilizes them, gets them all cleaned up again. And so I'm just getting this fresh sponge going so I could go ahead and do a few dishes by hand because the dishwasher was getting pretty full. And also, one of you amazing subscribers told me a long time ago, don't put your wood utensils in the dishwasher. I guess they can harbor bacteria and grow mold and all kinds of things. So in case you guys didn't know that, make sure you are hand washing your wooden utensils.
'Cause I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about you. I know he's just mad, but it feels like I know you. We love the same things. You want a house in Malibu. Are you feeling the same way I do?
Getting into the deep cleaning portion of today's video, you might want to brace yourself because this is behind my fridge. The last time I pulled this back and cleaned it was in a video I filmed for you all, so it has been a minute. But what's even scarier is we're also going to be moving into the laundry room and pulling those machines back, and what's under my washer and dryer in the laundry room makes this look sparkling and spotless. So make sure you guys stay tuned till we move into the laundry room. And if you guys haven't pulled back your refrigerator or maybe your washer and dryer in a while, let this video be a little peek into what is probably in there. But I will say the before and after is pretty satisfying.
Gonna stay in this moment. Gonna lay here on the grass. I don't need to feel lonely. I am finally home at last. And I don't mind being gone on adventures for a while. No, no. 'Cause the best thing about it is I know I'm coming back. Oh, oh. Of all the magic places in the world I've been to, this is where my heart is. Oh, you know.
While I was pulling everything out and clearing off surfaces, I decided to go ahead and take a peek at the top of my fridge. I do keep my Alexa up here and like my fly swatter and a couple odds and ends, and it was so bad up here. It was almost growing like a layer of fur. As you can see as I'm doing a quick dry dusting, look at all these dust bunnies that accumulated, and it almost had like a layer of stickiness as well. So I need to make it a habit to come up here and wipe this down more often because it is definitely a forgotten about task. Let me know when the last time you guys have gone up to the top of your fridge and taken a look and wiped it down.
I have seen many places where the beauty never ends. Different cities, friendly faces, and perhaps I'm going back. than I can bear. Ooh. Of all the magic places in the world I've been to, this is where my heart is. Oh, you know it's true, no matter where.
Now it's time to tackle the front of the fridge. So it's just going to be really nice to know that as they are pulling out, my appliances in my home, that they're able to lay my flooring over a clean surface. And I know there's going to be dust and construction everywhere, but since I was at it, I just wanted to go ahead and wipe everything down. They did drape all of my appliances in plastic, so that did help a lot. But I will definitely have my fair share of cleaning and dust, especially after the tile demo. It is everywhere. Even before they came upstairs to do any work, there was already tile dust all over my kids' toys in their loft. So I have a lot of after construction cleaning to do, and I just cannot wait to get in there because I'm actually surrounded by stuff right now. I had to pull everything out of my closets for them to get up and do the baseboards, and they're getting ready to lay carpet, I think maybe tomorrow. So it's just really, really crazy in here, but it is really nice to know that once all this new flooring is laid, that the subflooring underneath is nice and clean, and then I have really nice new flooring that I can go in and slide all my appliances back onto.
You're gone now, will you coming back? Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. You're the traveling kind, it's a known fact. Yeah, I know that. Once you've seen all the things, all the places, I hope it means that you'll come home to me. Once you've traveled the world, all the spaces inside your heart. I hope I'll be your end destination. I hope I'll be your life-changing sensation.
Look how bad this is in here. I was not fooling you guys when I told you when we come in here and pull this out, it was bad. And we've been in this house for 4 years this month, and I don't think we've pulled this dryer back maybe more than once. So let this be a reminder to get into your laundry rooms and pull back your machines and clean up all this lint. Look at this. This was just hanging out of my pipe. So if you guys are curious, go into your laundry rooms, pull back your machines, and I bet you'll be absolutely blown away. And as you guys know, I have a cleaning channel. I consider myself a fairly clean person, and I knew it was going to be bad in here. I just was not prepared for this level of bad. This was filthy.
I hope it means that you'll come home to me. Once you've traveled the world, all the spaces inside your heart. I hope I'll be your end destination. I hope I'll be your life-changing sensation.
Anytime that I am confronted with a heavy layer of dust, I always go in and do a dry dusting first, because you don't want to spray your cleaners or run your mops over an area that is already just full of dust and dirt and grime. So you always want to go over and do a quick sweep or a wipe down with a rag first, and then I'll go in and sweep, and then I'll bust out my vacuum, and then I will go ahead and wipe down with my cleaners or my mop. So that's what I did here, and it comes out so nice every single time. And check out this pile of debris that I swept out from just behind the dryer alone. Like, how crazy is that? I wanted to thank you all for spending time with me today. Let's go ahead and wrap up this video with some footage of what my house looked like during demo. It was pretty scary and it was very shocking to walk into, especially when you didn't expect this type of demo to happen to your home and it was just a major error and misunderstanding. But stay tuned for my next video, and I'll also give you guys a tiny sneak peek after this clip of what my house is looking like, and it is absolutely stunning and beautiful. We have our new baseboards going in and carpet will be starting any day now. But thank you so much for watching today's video and supporting my channel. If you guys enjoyed it, if you could please hit that like button. It shows me if you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys didn't, hit the thumbs down. That lets me know too on what types of videos to share with you all. And if you guys are new here, please subscribe so you guys can see how this all comes together. I have a lot more home updates and a lot of cleaning motivation coming your way. And I'm just so happy you guys are here spending time with me today. So I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
It's electric when you kiss me. Never felt this way before. We're magnetic, wanna stay here, closer than close. Up in the clouds, I can see the whole world now. Breathtaking world, can't believe my eyes. Up in the sky, I can see the whole world tonight. 'Cause you make me feel, you know it still hurts a little bit.
Welcome back, friends. Today we're going to be doing another spring clean. If in case you missed my last one, I will make sure to have that link down below for you. But we are well underway getting our house in shape and getting a lot of deep cleaning, decluttering, and organizing done. So in today's video, if you have a bunch of things to do around your home, you've definitely come to the right place. I actually just got home from the gym and a Target drive-up run, and I wanted to show you just a couple of things that I picked up. I love these kitchen towels. These were just $5 from the dollar spot, and same with this little pick of daisies, I think they look like, and these were just $3 again from the dollar spot. I was also running low on Dawn Power Wash. I love how this one was free and clear, so I'm going to give that one a shot. But I must say my most exciting purchase of the day is this new Mrs. Meyer's set. Let me know if you guys have tried or seen this daisy scent. I'm so excited. And just so you guys know, it's more of like a light lemon scent. It's not floral at all, and you can smell it from across the room. It smells so good. I also grabbed this sweet bunny pillow, and this was also just $5 from the Target dollar spot. And then I also picked up some coffee and a new coffee pot.
I met you in the summer. When you left, it was cold. Said we loved one another. Guess that we were wrong. I met you in the summer. Our love was out of control. I've been going crazy without you. I'm so alone.
Diving right into cleaning here in the kitchen. As you can see, my kitchen has a lot of clutter about. We kind of went out the door this morning in a rush. I was getting the boys out the door to go to school, and then I came home, threw on some gym clothes and went to the gym, and then got my drive up order from Target and came home and went straight into cleaning. So that's what you're seeing me tackle in the beginning part of this video, and then as we go, we will go kind of move through the house and get some more cleaning done, and the boys get home from school and kind of get into more of like our afternoon routine. But we tackle a ton of cleaning and it just feels so nice. We do the floors, we get up high, we do dusting, and we even do a nice deep clean in the laundry room. As you can see, I have this card here in the center of my island by the fruit bowl, and that was actually for my husband. This day was actually our 12th wedding anniversary. I can't even believe I'm saying 12. That is absolutely insane. But February 28th was our official wedding day, but we actually ended up going to dinner the day before our anniversary because it fell on a Monday. So we went ahead and went to dinner just the night before on a Sunday night, had a beautiful dinner, and then came back home to our boys and spent time together as a family, and I wouldn't have it any other way. As you all just saw, we're going in with the Dawn Power Wash. I have about half a bottle left of this, so we're just going to continue using the open bottle that I already have. I just did a really nice thick layer, went in with a wet scrub brush and really got in there because it's been a minute since I've really scrubbed the top of the stove off. So I got in there really good with just a bristled scrub brush and then went over it with a damp rag, and now I'm shining it up and drying it off with a dry rag. I wanted to squeeze in some of the Q&A questions that I got in my past videos. Now I know I wanted to do a separate Q&A video, but I'm like so booked out with videos. I thought it would be a lot of fun to go ahead and answer them in today's video. So thank you so much to everyone that submitted a question. And I guess we'll start out with like some of the most easiest, obvious ones. And somebody asked how long I've been married, and I answered that was 12 years. And what kind of goes with that is somebody also asked us how long we've lived in our house. And actually just this February, we celebrated 4 years in our home, and again, that just flew by. I feel like we've been so busy since we got here, and this house doesn't even look the same. Let me know if you guys want to see a video that I can do a little bit more in depth of what it looked like when we bought it, some before and after pictures, stuff like that, and I can try and squeeze that into an upcoming video. This drawer at the bottom of my oven, I forget it's here all the time. So as you saw in that up close shot, it was like so filthy. It was like almost growing fur. It had a really heavy layer of dust on it, and I couldn't tell you the last time I actually opened it because I don't use anything down here. But now that we just repurchased a trailer, I'm gonna be using some of the pans that were down here, and then I do have like a flat cooktop that goes on the top of my stove here, but I never use it, so that's gonna go ahead and stay with the oven. But there was a lot of crumbs and grease down here, so I went ahead and just knocked it out with a vacuum and got all of that like crumbs and stuff like that out of there, and then I just hit it with a multi-surface spray and a rag. I wanted to take a moment and ask you all, how are you? How are you all doing? As you guys are watching this, it's a Thursday, so tomorrow is Friday. I hope you all had a great week, and I want to hear from you guys down below in the comments. Let me know how your weeks went. I hope it was a good one, but let me know if you had a really good week, or sometimes we have really hard weeks, and that's okay too. That's real life, but share down below. I would love to hear from you.
It's been so long I can't remember what it felt like to drown in your love. It's like I've been walking here for days, lost in the dance. So babe, I cannot forget you. All I need is one drop and then all will be forgotten, babe. Can't live without you. You're like water, baby, water.
I put this little vignette together in my last spring cleaning video. So again, make sure you go back and watch that after you're done watching this one in case you missed it. And we did so much deep cleaning in that video. We pulled everything back and just kind of did some rearranging in here, and that was one of the things. And I'm loving the pop of yellow added from my new Daisy scented cleaners. I just thought it added just the perfect brightness for spring. And now that my oven area is all clean, I'm going to go in and put my new bright, which is so weird for me. I'm not a person that usually uses a ton of color, but these kitchen towels, I could just envision them right here. So now that it's all clean, I went ahead and just hung those up as well. We are well on our way on today's video at 10 minutes in, so I should probably put out another question, and it's more about jobs. So I get this question a lot: what does my husband do for a living? And also, what did I do before I stayed home to do YouTube? So the short answer for my husband, because today's day and age, I'm just not exactly comfortable going into a lot of detail, but he is in law enforcement, and I'll kind of leave it at that. I know a lot of you understand, and I actually have a lot of you that are fellow law enforcement families, so I love learning about you guys too down below in the comments. Let me know down below if you're comfortable, if you're also a law enforcement family, or maybe you have a family member in that career path as well. As for me, before I was a stay-at-home mom, I actually was in corporate banking. I was a personal and business banker, and I loved that job, and I quit to stay home with my boys. And Rylan was just 6 months old when I left, and I've been home ever since, and he's going to be 10 this year. So I've been home for quite a while, but I am also a small business owner, and YouTube is my current venture, and I must say YouTube has been my passion, and I'm loving it so much. We are working on the laundry room right now. I had this full laundry basket just full of shoes, and I knew that it really needed to be gone through. And to me, that is one of the major things that was on my spring checklist, was to go through this laundry basket and throw away a lot of those shoes and then sort out the rest. And that basket was just beat. I've had it for maybe 10 years, and it has had its time, and it was time to go in the trash bin. And while I was out there, I realized it was actually the day before trash day, and my husband was at work. So Colton helped me with the gate, and I went ahead and just took out the trash cans. But I'm also curious to know, who does the trash bins in your home? Usually my husband does it, but since I was already out there, I went ahead and brought them out. But I think we're going to be passing that chore on to the boys here really soon. I think they're more than old enough to handle it, and hopefully have the strength to bring the cans out to the curb. But I would love to know, who does the trash cans in your home?
Forget the karma, no, you don't ever take a break. It's always about you, always about you. Oh, I don't wanna fight you, and now you're so rude, 'cause you love drama. 'Cause you love drama.
For my spring cleaning this year, I will be decluttering a lot of overlooked spaces, and I'm really wanting to come in here and do a very budget-friendly, simple refresh in this laundry room, kind of like I did in the boys' bathroom in a recent video. Again, I will try and link that one down below. I'm so horrible at remembering to link things, but so many of you saw that video and were so kind, and you loved it and just enjoyed how budget-friendly and realistic it was. I would love to come in this laundry room and do something similar. So that is on my to-do list in here, but first I wanted to come in and of course tackle some overdue spring cleaning.
Oh, I think you're so rude, don't wanna fight you, but you don't ever take a break, 'cause you love drama. Forget the karma, no, you don't ever take a break. It's always about you, always about you. Oh, I don't wanna fight you, and how you're so rude, 'cause you love drama. You love drama.
To help save me some time and energy, I'm going to just set my Robo-Rock off to do a lot of the cleaning. I'm not going to have it mop, I'm just going to set it to vacuum, and it takes about an hour to do my whole downstairs. It does the perimeter and then it does a really satisfying back and forth sweeping motion, which I will show you guys a little later in this video. But it takes about an hour to thoroughly do the whole downstairs. So I'm going to go ahead and let that vacuum do the work on its own while I get the kids settled in from school. They've been home for a few minutes, but we really need to tackle the backpacks and unpack the lunches, and then that way I can go ahead and move on to the next task.
Without a fight, you know, no. Imagine what would happen if we did it right. It got me spinning round, round. 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 I'm standing here in plain sight. Still it doesn't seem like you see me.
Since we are tackling this load of laundry, let's go ahead and also tackle another question. And another question I got was, where are you from? And I'm gonna assume that's different from where I live, because I don't think I've ever talked about that. And it's super duper shocking and surprising. I'm from California. And I live in California, and I know that's like not exciting and nothing interesting. I actually was born in Orange, California, which is only about an hour from where I live right now. I am in Riverside County, more so in the Temecula Valley, and I've never lived anywhere else. So I was born an hour from here, and I've only moved an hour from where I grew up as like a little girl. So nothing, I wish I had some exciting story, but I don't. My family's here, my friends are here, my husband's family's here. We met here, got married here. He got hired at his job here. Just everything is here. So eventually I would love to move and experience something different. But for now, I feel like this is just where we're at and where we will stay until my husband is to retire.
They would speak from my heart so we can make it right. Without a fight, you know, no. Imagine what would happen if we did it right. It got me spinning round, round. 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 Why can't we just be honest? Why can't we just be honest? It got me spinning round, round. Never up, never down, never. Like a theme in a song, clever. Feeling high, feeling low at the same time. Feels so right, then I'm wrong, hoping I'll be fine. But I get up, I always do. I never think, I always do. Never thought I wouldn't jump, oh what a fool. But if I fall, I will get up again.
How satisfying is it to watch that robot do its thing? I could just sit and watch it all day. I just love watching it do its thing. You guys will have to let me know if you guys use a robot vacuum in your home. I use it honestly like a few times a week, and it's super duper helpful, and I don't know what I ever did with that one. So let me know if you guys have one and how you like it. Like I said, this one does have a mop feature, but I'm not using it today. But it's super handy like for in between mops. I wouldn't say it would replace your mopping altogether, but it's great for maintenance. I also wanted to add that I'm not doing a whole lot in this room. We're just going to be doing some light cleaning. I recently did a very deep clean in here because we had some some dust and some construction and stuff going on in here, and I know a lot of you are returning viewers. I'm not gonna bore you with that. You guys can always go back and see my latest videos to kind of be on the up and up, but I really had to come in this room and deep clean it due to construction. And so we're just doing more of like a light maintenance cleaning in here just to get it caught back up. But we will be tackling other parts of the home with some more deep cleaning, as well as I'm going to keep putting out these spring cleaning videos too, because I have so much more that I want to accomplish. But let me know if you guys have started your spring cleaning yet. I asked in my last video if you guys have started, and some of you said yes, you love to start early too. So let me know down below if you have started as well.
You had me at a low, 'cause where you go is where I go. I don't need nobody else. I got you, and you got me too.
One of my favorite things about spring cleaning is going in and getting those areas that you always say you're going to do later or that are way overdue. And one of those things is sanitizing and wiping things down, like your remotes and your doorknobs and your light switches, you know, the fronts of faces of doors, corners, certain parts of the walls that maybe your kids touch, just high traffic areas. And I love making sure I take time out of my spring cleaning to just hit all those areas and all those hot spots. I was so shocked. As I mentioned earlier, today was our wedding anniversary, and these flowers surprised me at the door, and I was shocked. Like, I did not expect these at all. I wish I would have caught on camera, but let me know where you guys think I should put these flowers. I don't think they're safe on this table, having 2 boys and a dog, so let me know where you think that they would look best. I also am taking these little flower picks that I got from Target that I showed you in the beginning of this video, and I just popped them in this sweet little vase here in the shelves in my family room. And then this adorable bunny pillow I'm just gonna put with this chair for now, but I may move things around as I bring out more of my spring decor.
We won't be scared. You will see me flying high, staring into your blue eyes. We don't need nobody else. I got you, and you got me too. I've been saving.
Going back into the kitchen, we're gonna go ahead and tackle these floors using my favorite infuse mop. I love this thing. I tell you guys about it all the time, and I just buy the washable mop heads, and so every time I mop, I throw it in the washer and I get a not a brand new, but a fresh mop head on here. And I'm just using warm water and the Purple Fabuloso. It's my favorite scent right now, and I love the lingering fresh clean scent it leaves behind. But as I noticed, I was pulling back these bar stools, that where the bar stools go, where all the kids' feet are, there was just dirt and grime from their feet going up on this wall. And I love to take a magic eraser here and there and come in and clean this. And this is another reason why I love spring cleaning, because it gives me an excuse to get down here and wipe this down. And I'm actually going to show you guys the difference, the side that I wiped down and cleaned with the magic eraser versus the side that I didn't touch. And the camera didn't pick it up nearly as like crazy as it looked in real life. Like, I tried to make a really clean line, but the camera was just not doing it justice. But you can still see the difference, how it's darker on the right and much lighter and cleaner on the left.
Funny how the story goes, little hope but bigger dreams. They try to bring a sucker down, singing louder than the crowd. Listen the rhythm, I'm feeling brand new. Keep pushing forward, it's gonna save you. Never look down, love, not when we shine so bright. The sun is getting warmer. Oh, when we soar away among the clouds, the sky is lemonade. We both know it's bittersweet.
I have been dying to get my hands on this coffee bar area that I have. It's such a catch-all and a dumping ground because it's just hidden in this corner. But I'm really excited to set up my new coffee maker. And I know it sounds really funny because I have this beautiful, amazing Keurig over here, but to be honest, I'm kind of over my Keurig. We've used them for years, and I think this is actually like my third Keurig coffee pot just over time, and I'm craving just a standard normal coffee pot that you can brew in the morning. I love that you can set a timer on it to wake up to warm coffee. You can just refresh your coffee and put it down. If someone comes over, they can grab the carafe and pour themselves a mug of coffee. And I was just really craving that again. And we actually got this same coffee pot for our trailer for when we're camping or glamping, if you will. And it was cheap. It was $26.99 from Target, you guys, and it is the best dang coffee pot I've ever owned.
I told myself that maybe he ain't worth it. Too bad I hate advice. 'Cause out of sight and out of mind is perfect. It's so hard to decide. Oh, I know he got me good in his pocket. I know that I'm just a treat. Well, the taste is better.
Don't have too much longer in today's video, so I wanted to squeeze in a couple of more questions, and I'm so sorry if I didn't get to everyone's question. I really didn't want this whole video to just be answering questions because I want to make sure that I'm serving everybody and that it's still interesting for those of you that just came here for cleaning and not to know, hear me just talk all about myself. But the other two questions that I got are very popular questions. They were asked a couple of times, and one of those questions was, are we going to be having any more kids? And the answer is no. Unfortunately, I love the thought of having 10 kids running around my house and growing up and having huge Christmases with grandkids and spouses, and we all being under one roof and just having Christmas together and having a ton of grandkids. I love the thought of that. I just mentally cannot do that to myself. I suffer from stress and anxiety, and I just can't do it. I'm topped out at my 2. It was also difficult for me to get pregnant, and then when I was pregnant, I was sick the whole time. So we honestly feel like our family is complete with just the 2 kids, and I feel like I was just made to be a boy mom, and I have accomplished that. The other question was, is this our forever home? And the quick answer to that is no. It's more of like a 10-year home, and as I mentioned earlier, we've been here about 4 years. But I also know that life happens, and life is what happens when you make plans. So the plan is to be here 10 years, but we shall see if we make it that long, because neither one of us are really opposed to moving.
Share my lipstick, taste my breath, and love me like you love a pack of smokes in the morning. Share my lipstick, taste my breath, and love me like you love a pack of smokes in the morning. One for the pain.
that's gonna do it for today's video. I'm so excited to use this coffee pot tomorrow morning. I'll try and remember to get some footage of it, and if I do, I'll put it in right here as a clip. I'm so excited. Sometimes less is more, and I don't need some big fancy coffee pot. Also, my robot vacuum is still finishing the floors. That's what you hear in the background. A lot of chaos in this house, but I'm just keeping it real with you guys. But thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you felt like you were hanging out with a friend, and I hope that I was able to provide you with a ton of cleaning motivation today as we continue on with a lot of this deep spring cleaning happening, hitting a lot of those forgotten areas. So thank you again so much for spending time with me today. Also, please do not forget to like this video. If you enjoyed it, it helps out my channel a ton. Also, if you're new here, please go ahead and subscribe before you leave. I would absolutely love to have you. And other than that, guys, I'll go ahead and see you in the next video. Bye.
Never up, never down, never. Like a theme in a song, clever. Feeling high.
Hello and welcome back, friends. Today's video is going to be an evening cleanup. You're going to get kind of a sneak peek into the crazy in my home. Very, very relatable, very, very realistic. You can see the kids getting under my feet while I'm trying to clean up and get settled in for the night. And you just kind of get to relate to me on a whole other level in today's video. So I'm really, really excited to share this one. This was also St. Patrick's Day and very, very unexpected. I didn't plan on picking up the camera, but to be honest, those are one of my absolute favorite videos to make for you all. So I hope you all enjoy this one. So we are going to get some cornbread mixed up and into the oven. I'm going to get my family fed, and we're going to be doing lots of evening cleaning and just preparing for the day ahead. So go ahead and grab your cup of coffee and let's get started. The cornbread is baking away, and I wanted to show you guys what I had going in the crock pot. How many of you did corned beef and cabbage for St. Patrick's Day? I feel like everyone does the same meal that day, but it's one of our favorite meals all year long, and we really, really look forward to it. So I had just thrown the cabbage in, kind of the last step, and letting that just finish cooking before I serve up dinner. But before we sit down and enjoy this meal, I wanted to take care of these dishes in the sink, and that way I can go to bed tonight with an empty sink. One of my favorite things about picking up the camera just spontaneously and bringing you guys into my home this evening is seeing my family when we're all home at the same time. A lot of the time that I pick up the camera to film and work and get my cleaning done, I try and do it when I have as little as distraction as possible. So usually my husband's at work and my kids are at school. But being we were all home this evening, it was really, really fun to kind of show you guys what it looks like with me being a mom and trying to tackle all this while taking care of my family. So you'll see my kids pop in on camera, interact with the camera, and just kind of be there in the background. So I hope you guys really enjoy that in today's video. If you are new here, maybe this is the first video or your first time visiting my channel, I wanted to say hello and welcome you. My name is Katie. I am going through some changes here on my channel. I'm going through a name change. I'm going from Katie Sarah to typically Katie, and I would love if you guys can pop over to Instagram and follow me over there. We can definitely get to know each other on a deeper level over on there. You get a lot more like in the moment behind the scenes. But here on my channel, I do a lot of upbeat, speed cleaning, motivation, and just a lot of relatable content. So I don't, my house really is messy. When I pick up the camera, I don't purposely not clean or make things out of sorts or anything for the sake of filming a video. Like if my house isn't that messy, then it's not that messy when I pick up the camera, and sometimes it's a complete disaster. So I love opening up my home, and I've built such an amazing community. Everyone is so kind and supportive, and I love seeing familiar names and faces pop up in the comments. I do my best to get back to each and every one of you. But if you want an amazing community along with just real life relatable homemaking content, this is definitely an amazing space to join. And I would love if you could like this video and also subscribe before you leave today. I'm in here decluttering the countertops. I love to have an empty sink and just decluttered counters when I go to bed at night. And I wanted to share with you guys how cute this sign is. I ended up at the Dollar Tree earlier today, and so this was just $1.25 from the Dollar Tree, and I just thought it was so pretty, and I really love to decorate with neutrals, even for the holidays. So if you have a local Dollar Tree, definitely check them out. They have some really, really beautiful spring signs this year. As you can see, dinner is done and the corned beef is absolutely perfect. I actually slow cooked this for 8 hours. I put this in the crock pot at 9 a.m. this morning and it's after 5 now, and it came out so good. Like, we had leftovers even because my kids didn't enjoy this meal, so there's plenty for the next day. We had it for dinner then too, and it was just so tender and fell apart, and it was probably my best corned beef ever. Dinner was a total hit and my husband was in absolute heaven. He thought it was amazing. It was so good and I thoroughly enjoyed it myself. And how good did that look? I wish that you all could be here and I could serve you dinner and we could all hang out. That would be like a dream come true. And as you all saw, I also served it with a side of Guinness beer. We love drinking that on St. Patrick's Day. It's so good. It just goes down so easy and it just pairs so nicely with this meal. But now it's on to scrubbing up this stove because it's been about a week or so since I've cleaned it, and we've definitely been cooking at home a lot more, so it could use the good cleaning. I love squeezing in little close-up shots so you guys can see what I'm actually cleaning. I've had someone before say, "You're cleaning an already clean house." And I'm like, I beg to differ. If you know my videos, I love to show what I'm cleaning. And a lot of the times the camera doesn't pick it up. It honestly makes your home look way cleaner and way nicer on camera, believe it or not, just to be completely honest with you. But in real life, we see a lot more of the dust and the dirt and the grime than the camera picks up. So I was kind of showing you guys why I needed to wipe down my counters. Even though they were looking clean on camera, they definitely had crumbs and drips from the crock pot meal and all that.
Couple days ago, hey, now that our names are written in stone, let's be honest, sounds like home. Still I'm here alone and I'm calling your phone. I wish I could wipe my own memory out. I wish I could dream about somebody else. I wish I could talk when the silence so loud. I wish, oh I wish.
This is my sweet son Colton. He is 8 years old, and since this was a school night, we did have a little bit of homework to catch up on because it was due the next day. Not a whole lot, but I just wanted to leave this in here and squeeze it in here because I love to show you guys that running a household is all about balance. It's definitely not always smooth sailing like a lot of these videos can appear to make it be, but I have to constantly stop what I'm doing to care for my family, and I got him started on homework, and then I went ahead and continued with my cleaning for the night.
If I saw you now, dreams might turn into something real. Don't you give me that look, take a bow, already know. Now you gotta
My husband had stepped out to go to the gym, but he's back now, and he saw that Colton was working on his school project while I was here cleaning in the kitchen. So he jumped in and decided to sit down with Colton and help him and supervise and just make sure that he was staying on task. Like I said, he is 8 years old and anything can distract him, and something that should take 10 minutes can take an hour. So my husband was kind of sitting with him and staying on task while I got my floors mopped. There wasn't a whole lot to do here in the family room, but I wanted to just give it a quick 5-minute clean up. And so I asked my oldest, Rylan, he is 9, I asked if he could help me out with this room.
I saw the ending before the movie was done. I got thick skin because I've been burned before. I got baggage that you don't know of. Learn the hard way not to trust anyone. I'm not letting anyone get too close. I'm a wild one, I'm alright, love on my own. You probably think I'm hurting, but darling, I'll be fine. It's just a little heartbreak, when heartbreak fades with time. You probably think I'm broken, I swear that I'm alright. It's just a little heartbreak, and heartbreak fades with time. You probably think I'm hurting, right? But cowgirls don't cry.
Before I wrap up today's video, and actually today is the first day of spring as I'm doing this voiceover, so it'll be like the first or second day of spring by the time that you guys are enjoying this video, and I wanted to share this really family-friendly snack. We call it bunny chow or bunny snacks, and I just picked up all of these ingredients at Target, and I prefer the milk chocolate M&Ms, but of course you can put in whatever you want. You need some mini marshmallows, some chocolate dipped pretzels, and then I love the Annie's Bunny Grams. It's in the birthday cake flavor, and you're just going to combine all of these into a bowl, mix up, and enjoy.
You probably think I'm hurting.
That is going to do it for today's video. So thank you so much if you made it to the end. Drop me a little flower, emoji flower down in the comments so I know you made it to the end. And if you guys are a returning viewer or subscriber, I know the vibe of this video is so different for me. I usually do like upbeat speed cleans, but I was just kind of craving this style, slower paced homemaking style videos. So let me know if you guys enjoyed it down below. And if you guys have not yet joined me here on my channel and subscribed, I would absolutely love to have you, and hit that subscribe button before you leave today. I also wanted to let you all know that a clean house does not make you a good mom or a good parent. It's how you treat your kids and spending time together that makes all the difference. And I wanted to let you know that you are doing a really, really good job. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Too close. I'm a wild one, I'm alright, love on my own. You probably think I'm hurting, but darling, I'll be fine.
Hello and welcome back to my channel, friends. I'm so happy you all are here. Today's video is going to be huge. We're doing an extreme pantry transformation. I wanted to show you guys how bad my pantry was before we dove right in. I've been on this journey of decluttering and doing a ton of spring cleaning, and I have been avoiding this pantry like crazy, but today we're going to tackle it, and overall it took me about 6 hours to transform. So make sure you stick around until the end of the video because it is going to turn out so good. Now, of course, I'm going to need somewhere to put all these things while I go through and organize and sort. So I cleared off my dining room table, and I'm going to utilize my kitchen island as well. So I cleared off that space, and I'm going to start at the bottom here and then work my way up. And ideally, I would have loved to just do a couple shelves at a time, but honestly, I was just at the point I wanted to just knock this out and get it over with. So we're going to tackle this whole pantry in today's video. So I'm going to clear off the more large, chunkier items here off the floor and then work our way up shelf by shelf. I knew a lot of these snacks could stand to be thrown out. When I go through a few of these shelves, you'll notice me tossing some food, and we do love to go camping, and sometimes we bring extra food home with us and then it doesn't get eaten here at home. So a lot of it was just stale and waste. So as I'm going through emptying out this pantry, I'm kind of taking note in my head what can stay and what can go.
Let's be honest, sounds like home. Still I'm here alone and I'm calling your phone.
I am also sharing Double the Motivation today, and this video is in collaboration with my sweet friend Aaliyah Martins, and she has a cleaning channel here on YouTube as well. So even though I'm providing you all with pantry organization in a more specific area in my home, she's gonna be doing some catch-up cleaning around her house. And I know you guys will love her, so that's why we wanted to come together on today's video. She is my sweet Canadian friend just to the north of me, and she's also a mama to 3, so we can relate on a lot of levels when it comes to kids making messes in the home. So if you guys have never checked out Aaliyah, I will have her channel linked down below. I know you guys will really enjoy her channel. She's been doing YouTube for a little bit longer than me, and I just look up to her so much, and she's just a kind soul. So definitely go check out Aaliyah when you're done watching today's video, and make sure you let her know that I sent you. We are only a few shelves into this pantry, and look how much stuff I pulled out of here. Now, I probably should do this more often. I do this maybe about once a year, and I do my best always in the beginning to keep it together. But you know how life is, everything kind of looks nice for a while and then it just kind of tails off and it turns into a huge mess again. So I'm kind of giving myself a clean slate and we're going to start back over, but I'm always blown away by how much stuff we can actually fit into this pantry.
So bravely, steady steps on the ground. Hate me, but I ain't never coming down, never coming down. 'Cause lately, I've been dancing on my own so bravely. Another round on my mind. Hate me, but I ain't never coming down, never coming down. I'm never coming down, never coming down. I never built the wall to shut it all out, but now it's even made of concrete. This cold life.
My husband came home from work, so he was able to jump in and help me with a lot of the bulkier items here on the top shelf, like the alcohol bottles. I put him up on the ladder and he was handing them down to me and I was putting them on the counter. And so we were able to kind of knock out the rest of this pantry pretty quickly, emptying it out. And these shelves were so disgusting, like they were dusty from when we had construction on our flooring. There was just a heavy layer of dust even here in the pantry. And so this has really been on my mind to come in here and just get everything dusted off and wiped down, because that's the last thing you want to think about is like dust being on top of your food and the packaging and everything. It was just freaking me out. So that was definitely a motivation to come in here and get this done today.
I've been dancing on my own so bravely, steady steps on the ground. Hate me, but I ain't never coming down, never coming down. Lately, I've been dancing on my own so bravely, steady steps on the ground. Hate me, but I ain't never coming down, never coming down. 'Cause lately, I've been dancing on my own so bravely. To this, I don't know how to act, don't know how to adapt to this situation.
It is just mind-blowing how kids' sticky fingerprints can get in every inch of your house. I can see all of their little filthy little prints here on the inside of this framing in the door, and I'd never seen this before, so it's definitely worth it alone to come in here and do a nice deep clean, because the kids, I think, have just been like hanging off of this door frame when they've been in here like looking for a snack. You just kind of go in the pantry and you stare and you try and figure out, okay, what do I want to eat? I think that's where those came from, and I'd never noticed them before. So I also saw some on the door, so we're gonna get into all of the cracks and get all the dust that is settled in and get all the fingerprints finally cleaned up.
I want more, but better slow it down. Inside my mind is getting all too loud. I get scared. Not used to this, not prepared. Not used to this, not prepared.
I wanted to show you guys the pieces of the broken tile that were settled onto the shelves in here. Now, we had a little bit of a situation when we did our flooring a couple months ago, and they weren't supposed to demo the tile, and they did, and we ended up with a huge mess in our home, and I'm still finding broken tile everywhere. So I'm really, really glad I took the time to come in here, because all this dust and broken tile was just settled onto the shelves where we keep our food.
You're getting into my brain. 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 I feel emotionally drained. You're getting into my brain. You're getting into my brain.
The pantry is all ready to be restocked, so it's now time to go through all of this food and just toss anything that was expired or stale, because maybe it was open and shoved in here and forgotten about. I hate throwing stuff away like this, but it really, really needs to be done. And to be honest, a huge part of me going through the pantry right now is to eliminate this happening. So as much as I hate throwing good food, well, it's not good food, it's bad food now, but it went to waste because a lot of the times you don't know that you already have something, or you can't see something that's already open and ends up going bad. So I'm really, really happy that I will have a nice clean slate to go through and see what I have, and then I can go to the store later and then kind of restock the pantry, and then we will have way less waste.
Too close. I'm a wild one. I'm alright, love on my own. You probably think I'm hurting, but darling, I'll be fine. It's just a little heartbreak, and heartbreak fades with time. You probably think I'm broken. I swear that I'm alright. It's just a little heartbreak, and heartbreak fades with time. You probably think I'm hurting, right? But cowgirls don't cry.
Something I've always wanted to do was to put my seasonings and my spices into their own little glass jars and put labels on them. So I'm going to use my Dymo that I've already had for a long time, and I bought these spice jars probably last spring, and I'm just now getting around to organizing all my spices, and it maybe took me 15 minutes total to do this, and it feels really, really good, and they came out so beautiful.
Anyone get too close? I'm a wild one. I'm alright, love on my own. You probably think I'm hurting, but darling, I'll be fine. It's just a little heartbreak, and heartbreak fades with time. You probably think I'm broken. I swear that I'm alright. It's just a little heartbreak, too close. I'm a wild one, I'm alright, love on my own. You probably think I'm hurting, but darling, I'll be fine. It's just a little heartbreak, and heartbreak fades with time. You probably think I'm broken, I swear that I'm alright. It's just a little heartbreak, and heartbreak fades with time. You probably think I'm hurting. Ooh, cowgirls don't cry.
Now I'm keeping this pantry makeover extremely budget friendly, so I popped out over to the Dollar Tree and to Ross. Luckily mine are 5 minutes up the road and they're right next door to each other, so I went into Dollar Tree and got a bunch of these new shelf liners. My old ones had just had it, so I peeled those off of the shelves and tossed them. I also got a few new cleaning supplies and a couple things for our trailer, which we will be going out there in my next video in case you guys are new here. But I got a few organizational things. Dollar Tree is definitely a great place to go when you're looking for bins and storage containers. I found these, and these are actually technically for soda cans, which we will be using these for sodas, but I'm also going to use them for canned foods. And then I went over to Ross and I found these cereal containers, which we're going to use these for cereal as well as like spaghetti pasta, the larger pasta. And they had these amazing clear bins, and they were definitely cheaper than like Home Goods and TJ Maxx. And I didn't spend a whole lot, and I'm definitely not doing all these beautiful containers all at once because it really can add up. I think I spent around $100 when I was out, even being super budget friendly. So this pantry is definitely not going to be Pinterest worthy or anything like that. It's going to be very, very realistic, shopping at very relatable places like the Dollar Tree and Ross. And I paid about $4 for a cereal container versus, you know, $12 to $14 if you were to go to Target. So I definitely tried to keep it easy on the wallet. So if you guys head over to your local Ross or Dollar Tree, I hope you can also find some of these items. Now, this is the part of the video that is usually my favorite when I watch YouTube organization and like transformation videos. One of my favorite people to watch is Adeline Zook. Let me know if you guys subscribe to her or have watched her videos before. She is like the organizing queen. Like, her stuff she does on a budget and it comes out absolutely amazing, and I always look forward to these portions of her video. It's always satisfying to see what it looks like before and then obviously how it progresses throughout the video, but watching it come all together is seriously so good. So I hope you guys enjoy this part. I'm gonna kind of figure out what I want to do in here, so you guys are gonna see me kind of move things around, and I'm continuing to move things around too, so make sure you guys stick around for upcoming videos because I will have to share with you guys how the pantry is coming along. Like I said, this is definitely like a phase 1 of probably quite a bit of phases. as I collect more storage containers and bins to really bring this pantry to life and continue to label things. And then of course I need to go to the store and stock back up. So make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss out on that upcoming content.
I once felt I'm done with the defense. Drove back and climbed over your fence. Had to show you that I was a mess. So you were shrugging your shoulders. I'm closed off, that's what I told you. Soon enough.
I just wanted to let you guys know that I did wash all of this stuff. I did film it, but at the end of the day, I ended up cutting it out of the video because this video was getting really long. It was going to be around 40 to 45 minutes, and I just think that is way too long. So I cut that part out, but just know that I did wash all these before I put stuff on it. I need to come back and take the time to get the stickers off. I love to use lemon essential oil, but I was so in this and wanted to just get this done. So some of the sticker residue and the parts of the stickers that just don't come off as a whole, I need to come back in here at a later time and get to that and take all that off. It just was not a top priority to me right now because I just wanted to keep moving forward, and this video already is going to probably be over 30 minutes.
We climbed up, yeah, over the hillside. So right, we stood there all wide-eyed, you and I.
Does it look good so far?
Yeah.
Do you see? I've got the cereals in these and the oatmeal, and these are going to be for all your snacks. And then I put mommy and daddy's drinks down there.
Really cool.
Yeah, and then I've got some canned food, but we still have a long way to go. To your old life, not living in the past, we're over that. I'm feeling it tonight, we're riding on the dizzying heights. Oh, I'm standing on the dizzying heights. A huge part of budget shopping is sometimes looking at an item and seeing if there's a way that you can change it. I know a lot of people maybe paint things, or in this case, you can maybe peel a label off. But I'm going to be filling these jars with rice, and then I'm just going to turn them backwards, so you're never going to see the writing on these anyways.
Standing on the dizzying heights. it's Saturday, and I promise I'll love you much better now. The sour taste will wash away, 'cause I promise I'm better now. Wouldn't hold it against you if you say that you don't wanna get close to me, close to what we used to be. But I just feel like dancing. Are you feeling it too? Oh baby, won't you love me? Won't you love me? Won't you love me? Love me like yesterday. Don't you feel it? How it feels, babe. Won't you love me the open kind of new way? Love me like yesterday. I'm sure messed up, not once or twice, but every time you thought that we did alright. But I thought it through, and I'm missing you. And I promise I'm better now. Wouldn't hold it against you if you say that you don't wanna get close to me, close to what we used to be. But I just feel like dancing. Are you feeling it too? Oh baby.
It is so funny when you go through the stuff that you have and maybe you haven't gone through it in a while, the stuff that you discover. I was cracking up, like who knew they made so many different kinds of salt? Like I had like your everyday table salt, I had kosher salt, sea salt, coarse salt. I had it all. So I was kind of fiddling with these and figuring out what to do with them because this isn't something I use every single day. So I decided to take them off of this turntable because I'd rather have the seasonings easier to get to that I use a lot more often. So I put the salt in this other organizing bin and just put it in the corner. And then some of my larger spices that maybe we use for marinades and for barbecues, I also put them in one of those bins because we don't reach for it every single day.
Oh baby, won't you love me? Won't you love me? Won't you love me? Love me like yesterday. Don't you feel it? How it feels, babe. Won't you love me? Oh, but kind of new way. Oh, but kind of new. Tell me you're feeling it too, babe. And love me like yesterday.
We are going to be coming up with an entirely different situation for these alcohol bottles. We are going to end up putting together one of the shelves in my family room in my built-ins. There's no shelf in that bottom cabinet to the right in my family room if you guys are familiar with my channel. And I think we're going to add a shelf so we can put all the alcohol in one place over there versus here in the pantry, but we're going to find a new home for it here in the pantry for now until we can get to that project. So we were just going through everything and putting everything by category, so like tequilas, vodkas, whiskeys, and stuff like that, and just getting it more organized and tucked in and off to the side.
To this, I don't know how to act, don't know how to adapt to this situation. Not used to this, no I'm not, but better let myself give in to love, believe in us no matter what it does to my heart. Not used to this, no I'm not. It was like if we were to waste these moments, they're like poets who made.
When I was organizing and labeling the spices earlier in this video, you were probably wondering, what are you going to do with all of the extra spices that didn't fit in the glass containers? And I decided to take one of these extra bins and make a backstock bin, and that way I can refill my spices and seasonings as needed, and they can still look super aesthetically pleasing and I'm not wasting anything.
Better slow it down. Inside my mind is getting all too loud. I get scared. Not used to this, not prepared. Not used to this, not prepared.
Can you even believe this pile of stuff that I'm throwing out between going to the store and cleaning out this pantry? I kind of had an idea this was going to happen, but to actually like see it is still shocking. So I hope this kind of gives you guys an idea of how much unneeded, just bad, spoiled, old stuff was shoved into this pantry. It feels so good to be able to throw this out. I also got really lucky because you guys are watching this on a Friday, but I cleaned out this pantry on a Monday, and lucky for me, our trash day is on a Tuesday, so I was able to fill up my trash can, have it dumped the next day, and just have it all gone and have an empty trash can.
You're getting this in my brain. You're getting this in my brain.
I also wanted to add really quickly that this was a very stressful situation, not only for me, but for my husband, because he was at work and then ended up kind of coming home when I was well into this. And it's stressful. We're both people that don't like a lot of like clutter and mess. And to just see everything pulled out of that pantry was insanely overwhelming. So the fact that I got this done in one day, my husband was like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe that you were able to tackle that. I wasn't sure where we were going to eat dinner tonight, but I did it and it was very rewarding. And my husband was like, good job. It came out so amazing and it's only going to continue to get better. But I just wanted to let you guys know this process can be very stressful, especially if you're somebody that gets triggered by a lot of clutter and messes. This pantry looks so much better. You guys will have to let me know what you think down below in the comments. Now, like I said, this is not finished. This is definitely a step one of several steps to come, but I feel like this is such a detailed job that it will all come together with time. So I cannot wait to kind of share this process with you guys. I'm really enjoying this spring cleaning that I've been tackling around my home. We've been doing a lot of deep cleaning. So in case you guys are behind on videos, I will try and link some of my recent ones down below. I also did a really good garage transformation video down below if you guys need more motivation to transform a space in your home. But we're going to be tackling a lot more spring cleaning in here, going through cabinets and closets and rooms. And I'm just so excited to whip this house into shape and get it all nice and organized and finally get everything where it belongs and donate and trash a lot of things that just don't belong. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this one. You'll have to let me know down below in the comments. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I know this was a really detailed video and I hope you guys made it here to the end. And if you did, if you could just leave a smiley face emoji down below in the comments so I know you made it here. Like I mentioned, this was definitely a longer style video, but I so appreciate you guys. And I hope this gave you motivation to tackle maybe your pantry or a closet or a space in your home that has been way overdue, and just showed you guys that it doesn't have to be Pinterest worthy and spend a lot of money. You can use what you already have or head to the Dollar Tree to still transform your space. And also, please do not forget to check out Aaliyah's channel. I will have it linked down below. I know she would be so happy to have you. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'll also throw my Instagram handle here on the screen and you can get to know me a little bit better over there. I love you guys and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!
Wait a second, I don't need you. Then why so settled? I withdrew. Still it feels just like I'm waiting for something better. Wait a second, I wanna stay up late with my heart in your head. Maybe stay too much cause you don't understand. You got me going.
Hey friends, and welcome back to today's video. We are going to be doing some deep cleaning here in my home for the new year. I cannot even believe that it is 2022. How insane is that? Is it just me, or has the last 2 years just like flown by? I feel like I blinked and it's 2022. It is just absolutely insane. But I hope you all had a wonderful holiday and new year. And as you guys can see, I am here in my kitchen. I made some lunch for the boys and my kitchen was a mess to begin with. So we're gonna clean up this mess that I made from making lunch, and then we'll dive right into some deep cleaning here in the kitchen, and then we will move around the downstairs of my house. So if you guys are here for cleaning motivation, we are definitely getting that done today. We're gonna be wiping down my cabinets and doing lots of deep cleaning in today's video. As you can see, my house is super duper messy, and I also got a lot of satisfying cleaning in today's video. So go ahead and grab yourself a cup of coffee, a glass of water, whatever you desire, and let's get started.
But sometimes I might be a bit selfish when you're way too humble. Might be overzealous, getting you in trouble.
For my counters today, we are just wiping them down as we go and as I clear off the surfaces. I'm just using a damp microfiber cloth and then my Mrs. Meyer's Snowdrop multi-surface spray. This is probably my favorite scent in the whole Mrs. Meyer's line. I'm going to be so sad when this bottle runs out. And then it is seasonal, so I'll have to wait until next year to get this scent. But I love it. It's one of my favorites. So the island tends to be my catch-all, so I really wanted to begin there. And then I had some of these clean dish towels from my laundry that I did this morning. So I'm going to get those all rolled up and organized and put away. And then I'm going to light a candle. One of my favorite things to do while I'm cleaning is just get a nice scent going, whether that's with my diffuser or with my candles. This one is from Bath & Body Works and it's called Leaves, and I just thought the packaging on it was absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to light this candle, get it all smelling nice in here, and then get started on the dishes.
So we can make it right without a fight. You know, no. Imagine what would happen if we did it right. It got me spinning round, round. 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 I'm standing here in plain sight. Still it doesn't seem like you see me. I hate everything about this night. Doesn't matter what I do can get to you. I don't wanna see when you're at parties with Ollie.
I wanted to pop on really quick and ask you guys, how are you doing today? I hope everyone is doing well. And I wanted to ask if you guys are up cleaning with me today. Maybe you're watching this to get motivated to get up and clean. I know that's what I need to do a lot of the time, especially before I film. A lot of the times I will throw on some of my favorite YouTube channels like Amanda from This Crazy Life. I love Jamie from Jamie's Journey. I love Allie Gooch and her channel Simply Allie. And my sweet friend Becky, her channel is Becky Moss, and Bronte from Bronte's Life. I just have so many amazing ladies that I love to watch on here. and usually I'll throw them on to get motivated, grab my camera, and just get to work. So I hope you all are feeling motivated by today's video, or maybe you just want to sit back and relax to the music and the calmness of the cleaning. So let me know if you guys are up cleaning with me today.
You know, no, they would speak from my heart so we could make it right without a fight. You know, no, imagine what would happen if we did it right. It got me spinning round, round. It got me spinning round, round. It got me spinning round, round. It got me spinning.
Now I had a pan sitting at the bottom of my sink, and it did leave a little bit of a rust stain on the bottom from the water that was trapped underneath it. So I just took my dish soap with a little bit of the powder Barkeeper's Friend, and that pulls the stains right out. And you can even use this combination on your quartz countertops if you have countertops like mine with the white. If you ever see a stain on there, just get some hot water and some of the powdered Barkeeper's Friend, and it'll take that stain right up. It is definitely something you want to keep on hand, and it just helps my sink just keep free of all of those stains that can come with like dishes and like food, and also my countertops. If maybe something gets set on there for too long and it soaks up that color, it takes it right up. So if you guys didn't know that, I just wanted to share that with you. And I'm also going to be using the Barkeeper's Friend to pull up this horrible stain, and I think it's actually more of like a calcium mineral buildup, but as you can see, it is stained kind of darker. And I want to show you guys what I'm going to use to get this completely off. The before and after is absolutely amazing. I picked up these plastic scrapers on Amazon. I will link them down below. They were under 10 bucks, and it came with 2 scrapers and a bag full of they're like a plastic refill that looks like a razor. And we're gonna scrape this off. We're gonna hit it with some Barkeeper's Friend, and like I said, the before and after is just so satisfying.
Everything's the same. We'll try tonight. This time we're not safe and sound. Not safe and sound. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? Yeah. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? Yeah. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? Yeah. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? Yeah. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? What if I'm no good for you?
Isn't that just so amazing? I have been wanting to get after that for so long, and I wanted to say thank you so much to you all for leaving me comments on how to get that cleaned up. So many of you told me to get a razor and scrape off the buildup, and then the stain was still there, so I just used the Barkeeper's Friend. So thank you so much to those of you that left comments when I asked you, hey, how can I get this off of my countertop? I scrubbed and would not come off, and the razor did the trick. So thank you so much. I love asking you guys for tips and tricks for cleaning, so I hope that you guys found that helpful in case you have the same problem in counters around your home, maybe here in your kitchen or in your bathrooms. It feels so good to have that done. So thank you so much. You guys are seriously awesome. And feel free to always leave me tips and tricks down below in the comments. That's what we're here for. We all have the common interest of keeping our homes clean and organized. And I love trying out new products and just new ways to clean. So let me know down below if you guys have any really unique things that you want to share, because I do have other people that scroll my comments and it could be helpful to them too. If you all missed some of my recent videos, I did some winter clean with me's and I took down Christmas, got it all put away, organized. We did some light decorating because the house always feels so bare after you take down Christmas. So we did some moving around and of course some cleaning, but this stuff is the last that I still had to put away. I had all these mugs and some of the extra containers that I had picked up from the Dollar Tree from baking cookies, and we passed them out to family and friends. So this is the last area that I need to just put the stuff away into a tote and put it away, and we're gonna get all wiped down and clean. But if you guys missed that winter clean with me, there's a part 1 and a part 2. I highly recommend going back and watching it. I will link them down below for you. Super satisfying and a lot of amazing motivation in those. So definitely check those out when you're done watching today's video.
I never thought it felt this good without you, without you. 'Cause I know I need higher standards to reach, higher standards without you. 'Cause I know I need higher standards.
I wanted to thank you all for still watching. If you guys are still here with me, thank you so much. It just means the absolute world. And I wanted to share some really exciting stuff. So if you guys are not subscribed, make sure you hit that button, stick around, because 2022 is gonna be full of changes here in this household. So we're officially putting in new flooring. I need to start shopping around. My husband said, I'm leaving that entirely up to you. You pick the color, you pick the baseboards. I trust you. So I want to take you guys along on that journey with me. Also, you're going to be seeing this scraper a lot in my videos. Sorry to change the subject, but here I am using it again on my countertops because, as you can see, something was pretty stuck on here. So I grabbed it and it came right off. Seriously loving this scraper. But coming back to the flooring, I want you guys to come on this journey with me, and I want to bring home samples, lay them out, get your feedback, because I'm so excited. It is so overdue. February, we will have been in this house for 4 years, and the floors have always been on our list to get done, and it is time. We are doing it, folks. So we're doing that. We're also purchasing a new travel trailer. We're huge campers. If you guys are new here, we're in Southern California, and camping is one of our favorite things to do as a family. And we love to do beach camping and desert camping, all the things. So make sure you guys stick around, because when we officially have that trailer and it's ours, we already have it picked out, I will give you guys a tour. We can clean it when I come home from trips. And of course, the flooring and baseboards, I want you guys to help me pick all that out. So I'm going to stop jabbering, but I just wanted to give you guys a sneak little preview into what's to come on my channel. Lots of home improvements and just exciting things going on around here. So make sure you guys stick around.
Don't know why, don't know why, don't know why I'm always feeling homesick. Oh. All I know, all I know, all I know is this is where my heart is. Oh. I have seen.
I am so sorry that I'm talking in today's video so much, but I just feel like I have so much on my mind and so much I want to share with you all. So I hope you guys don't mind. I feel like every time I say that, you guys are like, no, we love it. We love getting to know you. We love chatting with you, because this just makes for conversation in the comments. And I do reply to you all. So if you comment, there is a very high chance I will reply. Sometimes I get a little overwhelmed and I can't get back to everybody, but it is one of my priorities to get back to each and every comment. So Sorry if I get a little chatty in today's video, but my cabinets were something that were way overdue. I don't think I've wiped down my cabinets in months. So I'm just taking a Tupperware with some dish soap and warm water and a microfiber cloth, and I'm just damping it and squeezing it out and going over the surface of my cabinets. And I'm telling you, this cuts through any grease or food or buildup that has gotten on these cabinets. And to be honest, for having white cabinets, they're really not that bad. I feel like a lot of people sometimes complain about keeping them clean, but mine aren't bad. But I also have the darker lowers, and that does help. But this is your reminder. If you have not wiped down your cabinets in a while, get in there, start off the new year with just a clean surface, and it seriously took minutes.
All I know, all I know, all I know is this is where my heart is. Of all the magic places in the world I've been to, this is where my heart is. Oh, you know it's true. No matter where I go, I'm coming home to you.
Who knows what you think about me? And I know I shouldn't care. I really tried my best, but I can't make you happy. And I can't stop time for you. I don't know why we couldn't work this out, because you know I tried the best I could. I don't know how or what I could have done better. Baby, I really tried the best I could. I can't stop time for you. Stop time for you. I've played my part for nothing, and I did it all for you, for you. Yeah, we've been through this, I'm not the one you need right now. And I can't stop time for you. I don't know why we couldn't work this out, because you know I tried the best I could. The best I could. I can't stop time for you.
My floors in the kitchen were so bad and so overdue. Now I try and do my floors every other day, and for some reason I just fell behind, and it had probably been maybe like 5 or 6 days since I've done my floors, and they were just out of control. So you saw me just run the vacuum over them on like turbo mode, and I just went over every square inch of my kitchen. And now I'm grabbing my favorite mop. I love the mop heads on these. Now they're just velcroed on and you wash them. And so I have a few that I just rotate out, but the fabric is amazing. It grabs, like if something is stuck on your floor, it grabs it and it pulls it up. It is seriously amazing. And then I just put the purple Fabuloso in hot water into the little water portion. I don't know what it's called. And I just go to town, and I just scrubbed my floors so hard. I should have shown you guys the pad. The pad was so dirty after. Like I ended up just tossing it because I just didn't even care. I just would rather replace it. They're only like $3 from Target to replace, something like that. And it just felt so good to get this flooring. I think my oldest had spilt lemonade and the floor was just so sticky, and they're just all nice and clean now. So that's why you see me working this area so hard, because it had that sticky film on it. And it just feels so good to finally have my floors nice and clean and caught up.
It's electric when you kiss me. Never felt this way before. We're magnetic, wanna stay here, closer than close. Up in the clouds, I can see the whole world
The kitchen is sparkly and clean, and it feels nice that I got into those areas that have been bothering me for a while. My cabinets are all nice and bright white, and I got that darn mineral calcium buildup finally off my countertop, and it just feels good to cross that off my to-do list. Let me know if you guys have a little ongoing list of like to-dos around your home, and it just feels so good to get those crossed off. So that's what I did today. And while my floors are drying, we're gonna move into my family room here. As you can see, it's not terrible. It just needs some picking up, and then I need to come in here and vacuum and just fluff up all my pillows, get the blankets all folded and put away, and just make this whole area look nice, because as you can see, it is an open floor plan. So if I have a clean kitchen, I also want a clean family room. So I am super duper excited because, as you guys know, I got this new coffee table and I cannot wait to decorate it. So when I got it, it was Christmas time, so I just went right into decorating it with Christmas stuff. But now that Christmas is over and everything is put away, I'm really excited to actually get it decorated for like year round. So I actually went to HomeGoods and I found some amazing things to decorate this coffee table. So make sure you guys don't miss my next video. It'll be later this week. I am kind of switching up my posting schedule, so make sure you hit that bell notification so you can be notified when that video goes up. But I'm going to show you guys what I picked up from HomeGoods, and we're going to decorate this table, and I'm so excited. So make sure you guys stick around for that. But here we are in the downstairs guest bedroom, and this is where I keep our luggage and a lot of like my stuff that I do for like YouTube and my side hustle for my jewelry. So I'm going to kind of pick up in here. I need to put away our luggage because we just got back from a camping trip, and this is where I've decided to put my luggage. It's just easier to get to it in and out, and then put all my wrapping paper and everything back away, and then we'll go back out to the family room and finish.
Like two magnets, we are drawn to each other. You just know how to push all my buttons. Moved out of town and I erased your number, but still I find myself calling in the middle of the night, and there is nothing I can do. I am madly drawn to you. I know you feel the same. You got my heartstrings tangled, tangled up. You got my heartstrings vibrating for you now. There's something more.
As I wrap up today's video, I wanted to thank you all for spending time with me today. It seriously means the absolute world when you guys make it to the end of the video. You guys have no idea how much that does for me here on YouTube. It can be really, really difficult to find a space here, and so you guys clicking on my videos and watching it till the end seriously does wonders. So thank you so much for spending time with me today. I hope you guys got some things done around your homes as you watched with me today. And if you guys are new, I would love for you to consider subscribing before you leave today. And if you enjoyed today's video, if you could hit that thumbs up button before you go. And again, I didn't even really fill you guys in on everything on what to expect for this year on this channel. I didn't want to dump too much on you guys all at once, but it is coming, so make sure you stick around. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!
You got my heartstrings vibrating for you now. There's something more, but you don't want to admit it. Whoa, we're perfectly opposite. Perfectly opposite. It's been so long I can't remember your taste now.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to a brand new cleaning video. I'm so happy that you all are here. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button before you leave today. And if you guys are ready for some motivation, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, like button as well. Today we're going to be tackling the garage. Now, if you guys are already familiar with my channel, I have done so many cleaning videos inside where it just feels good to be outside in the sunshine tackling this garage area, but not without some energy. So let's go ahead and get started. So here at our house we have a 2-car garage, and this is where we put a lot of our outside activity stuff. And it has just kind of created this mountain of stuff on the one side. We only really park one car in here. Our truck is too large to fit in the garage. So we created the right side of the garage to be an at-home gym. And we used to use it all the time, but it got slowly taken over by things. And then when we did some upgrades in our home, we put some stuff out here and just haven't organized it since. And then of course it has a nice layer of dust from when we did our flooring. So it was just time to come out here and finally put everything back where it belongs. Get rid of the donation stuff that's been sitting on the ground in here. Let me know if you guys do that same thing. You will go through your stuff, make a pile for donations. It'll sit there, and then it finally will make it into the car, and then you'll drive around with it, and then it'll finally make it to the donation center. But we are taking care of that today. So if you guys are in need of some spring cleaning and some garage organization, you've definitely come to the right video. And I'm so excited to share a lot of really satisfying before and afters in today's video. What you see me doing is starting to make piles. So we do have a large shed in our backyard, and that's where we usually like to keep our bikes, because our bikes aren't something that we use every single day. So it's fine if they're in the shed in the back, and then we just pull them out when we want to use them. So I'm staging them on the side of the house so my husband can take them back and put them away, along with some other toys that my kids use outside, like some of their skateboards and roller racers. All that will go back to the shed where it belongs. And then I'm making a pile of throwaway stuff, donations, and then I'm just putting stuff back where it belongs.
Thinking about the days we used to shine when we were young. I told you that we should start a band and reach for the sky. It's 2 a.m. and I can't fall asleep. I'm just not tired. I can hear the raindrops falling. It's cold outside and I kind of feel like calling.
It's amazing what just taking a few minutes to clear out a space does. Just removing all of the clutter and stuff that didn't belong in here just opened up the whole space and just brought it back to life. And as you can see, everything is super dirty and has a really heavy layer of dust, but we're going to tackle that right now. So now that I got everything kind of staged and put where it belongs, now I can go ahead and dive into the cleaning. So then later in this video, we can put it all back together.
We had the devil on our shoulders telling us what we should do.
Going in with my absolute favorite glass cleaner. I share this in probably every video, and so many of you have told me that you picked it up and tried it and that you've also loved it. It's pretty much the only glass cleaner that I keep in my house these days. So I went ahead and grabbed it and came out here with a rag, and we're gonna go to town and start cleaning here on the mirror. And then I need to start wiping down all of this exercise equipment. And in case you guys are new here, I've been on a new health journey / fitness journey. Nothing crazy, it's more for my own mental health than it is physical health. And I'm not about seeing a certain number on a scale. I'm going for more of how it makes me feel. And I can honestly say, since starting this journey last November, my energy has been increased, like tripled. I feel like I'm in a better mood. I feel like I'm more playful. I want to get up and play with my kids more. And honestly, just seeing a difference when you look in the mirror is just a bonus and the cherry on top. And I do have a gym membership, but I'm really excited to kind of mix it up and not have to always go to the gym. I try and do like a physical trip to the gym about 3 days a week. And then I want to try doing another 2 or 3 days of the week here at home, because as you can see, I have a full workout system right here in my garage. And for me, this is all I need. I'm not looking to get like competition ready or anything like that. But I have my weights, I have a mirror, I have an area to do yoga and stretch, and I have my exercise bike, and I'm so excited to bring my workouts back home where I can increase my workouts every single week.
I'm out of reasons, I'm out of rhyme, but I'll only tell you that I'm out of time. I'm sick of love songs, I'm tired of this, and I wanna tell you straight just like it is. You're watching me like you want me, but you're still holding back, still holding back. Honestly, you're annoying me with the way that you keep playing. Show me your love like it is, like it is. Bend open my heart like you're fearless. Steal all the gold you can get, you can get. Show me your love, leave me breathless, breathless. I'm out of patience, I'm out of feels, but I guess I'm waiting around for something real.
Can you all even believe that the first day of spring is just days away? I believe it's March 20th, and I'm so excited. I am in Southern California, and our weather has been absolutely beautiful. I'm talking like low, mid, high 70s. And it has just been clear blue skies, and all I want to do is be outside. And that is a huge factor that caused me to film today's video. I just didn't want to be inside. I've been trying to be outside as much as possible. I've been even editing in my backyard. I did a lot of editing on today's video sitting on my patio furniture by the pool outside. It was just so beautiful. And to be able to be out in the garage with the garage open and just in the sunshine, it honestly is just so good for the soul.
Like it is, bend open my heart like you're fearless. Steal all the gold you can get.
A few of these items need to actually go in our fifth wheel, our travel trailer. And this is a portable AC unit that we can go in the trailer. So if we ever camp anywhere, maybe up the river or Arizona, and we need some extra AC, we have this portable unit. And then I was just dusting a piece of the trim that actually needs to be reattached in the trailer as well. So it feels good that I can get a couple of these things out of the garage and put back where it belongs, because it just didn't need to be taking up what little space we have here in the garage.
How did we end up here in the corner, looking like enemies? We used to be the team people talk about, what a chemistry. I can see it.
You all are witnessing it. The donations made it into the trunk, but I just couldn't put this last glass candle holder or hurricane into the donation. I decided last minute to hang on to it. My sister is actually expecting her first baby early May, and I'm helping throw her baby shower. And so I decided I should hang on to this and see if maybe we can use it when we're decorating for the shower before I get rid of it. So I was just about to put it in the trunk, and then I chickened out and I decided to keep it. I really do love it. It's by Hearth and Hand from Target. It's been sitting around. I didn't need it, but I figured I could go ahead and keep it a little bit longer to maybe use it for the shower, and then maybe my sister will want it, and if not, I'll go ahead and donate it. But I'm sad to report that the donations are still in the trunk of my car. But to be fair, I just filmed this video 3 days ago by the time you're watching this, so I haven't actually been near the donation center yet, but I am definitely going to make sure that my trunk gets emptied by this weekend. So you guys can hold me to that. I went through with a broom and swept these mats, and then my husband came through with our blower and just got into all those little areas because a lot of this equipment is super heavy and I didn't want to have to move it, and we just went in with the blower and it took care of the problem. And then I'm going in with my mop and we're doing a nice fresh clean mop on these stall mats. That's what we use. I've actually used these for my horse stalls for years, but they make a great they make like a good cushy area to put in your home gyms, and I know a lot of people do that. So I'm just getting it all cleaned up. That way, if I'm down here on my yoga mat, I at least know that it's been mopped.
It's so hard to breathe, 'cause when you get too close, I lose my way and I freeze. I wish you knew what power you have over me, but now it's so hard to breathe. Just get me out of here.
I was so thankful I had my husband home this day to help me move the heavy stuff and kind of do a few odds and ends for me. And then I did have to run out and pick up the kids because I filmed this on a Monday. And then they came home, and of course my youngest Colton, you saw on the exercise bike, he always has to be up in the mix. So he was so cute. He jumped on the exercise bike and he will just do miles on that thing. He is so funny. There he is again. But we're gonna go ahead and tackle this next area. We have like this cutout in the front of the garage before you go into the house. As you can see, my house is looking really, really nice and clean and spotless here on your right hand side. So that will be coming in an upcoming video. But I was focused on the garage today and not the house. So we're just not gonna look over there. Veer your eyes over here to the left of your screen. And we are gonna take care of this hoarding situation with all of these old shoes. Now, a lot of these boots my boys have grown out of, so I can go ahead and donate or toss those. We have a lot of shoes that we use for camping, and so that's why they stay out here. And then if you guys are new here, we are a horse family. We have horses and stuff like that. And so we have a lot of pair of cowboy boots. So I'm gonna go through here and get it all nice and organized, and the before and after again, it looks so good.
My mind is getting all too loud, I get scared. Not used to this, not prepared. Not used to this, not prepared. Not prepared. It was like if we were to waste these moments, they're like poets to me. You getting into my brain. I feel emotionally drained. You getting into my brain. You getting into my brain. You're 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 getting into my brain. You getting into my brain. I feel emotionally drained. You getting into my brain. You getting into my brain. Occasionally, I need to breathe. Stop me for a second, I got needs. Occasionally, I set them free. Don't hold me back now, I'm in the lead. This part, so cold life. This part, so cold life.
I have a little funny, not so funny story to tell you guys really quickly. So we've had this garage fridge for I can't even tell you how long, probably over 5 years, and we bought it secondhand from Craigslist because my husband brews beer, and as you can see on the side of the fridge, it has all the beer taps, and the person that had this fridge that we bought it from converted it into a fridge where you could put in like pony kegs because he did home brew, so he brewed his own beer. And at the time my husband did too, and he needed a beer fridge for all of his beer that he would brew at home. So we bought this fridge on Craigslist. We used it for a long time for what it wasn't intended for, and then just over time my husband got really busy with work, his job got more demanding, and he just hasn't brewed his own beer at home for a really long time. So we started using it just for like extra food and extra drinks, because this fridge, like, man, this thing is amazing. It's old, but this thing gets so cold and it's awesome. So we've had this thing for a long time, and of course I start recording, get it all cleaned up. You guys will see here in a few minutes. Long story short, we actually ended up, this fridge broke that night and it stopped cooling. I was so sad. So we had to go out and get a new fridge yesterday. It'll be here next week. So I went through and did a very nice clean job and organized this whole fridge and got it all pretty again, and then it crapped out on me. So thought you guys would enjoy that little story. My husband's like, you should have left the dirt on it and it would have been fine, but it's all good. We kind of needed a new fridge anyways. This one had a good run and it's all replaced. So I'll show you guys the new one when it comes in this week, but I decided to go ahead and leave in this footage because I still thought it was pretty satisfying.
I've been dancing on my own so bravely. Steady steps on the ground, hate me, but I ain't never coming down, never coming down. Lately, I've been dancing on my own so bravely. Steady steps on the ground, hate me, but I ain't never coming down, never coming down. 'Cause lately, I've been dancing on my own so bravely. Another round on my mind, hate me, but I ain't never coming down, never coming down. I'm never coming down.
Talk to me, baby, I've been waiting for a lifetime. Just keep on fading in all these photos, caught in the memories and captured in the highlights. Just keep on wasting. Glass after glass, I keep hoping you'll come around. Drowning our fights in whatever can be found, 'cause
I had a tub of these Ever Spring wipes underneath my sink in the house, and I'm not really sure why I bought them. I think I bought them and tried them and didn't really like how they were working on what I was using them for in the house. So I thought they'd be perfect for this project. So I'm scrubbing the outside of this fridge, and you saw the difference, like complete night and day. This thing is shining and bright white again. And as I was doing that, my husband was going behind me with a rag and Goo Gone, getting all of like sticker residue off of the front. And this fridge was looking so beautiful, and I'm so sad that now it's at the dump. Make sure you guys stick around to the end of this video because I'm going to show you guys the end result and how everything looks, and we are moving right along. So my husband decided, since we were pulling out this fridge to clean all underneath it, we would finally hang these pictures. I think these are by the artist Goddard, correct me if I'm wrong. But my husband's mom got these for him a long time ago when my husband bought his first house. And when we moved into this house, we didn't really have like a game room. We used to have a game room with like a pool table and all that in one of our previous homes before kids. And now, you know, your pool table room is now filled with kids' toys and kids' stuff. And these beautiful photos have just been stacked on top of this fridge, and we decided to finally dust them off and get them up on the wall. And I feel like they came out so nice. These two baskets you see here, I actually picked these up from Marshall's, and This larger one I thought would be so perfect for all of the boys, like basketballs and footballs and baseball bats and stuff like that. It just keeps everything nice and content in one space. And I also figured when we go camping, how easy would it be just to grab that basket, put it in the trailer, and then the boys have everything that they need to keep busy outside. And then the second basket is more of like a medium size, and I thought this would be so great for my smaller weights that my husband never even looks at, and my resistance bands and my yoga mat. This space feels night and day, and I could not be more pleased with how it came out. I did everything on a budget and just used stuff that I already owned, with the exception of these two baskets. And now I feel like it's a space that I want to come out here and do my workouts in, and we can hang out while the kids ride their bikes and their skateboards out here, and it just feels really, really good. So if you guys enjoyed this video, if you could hit that like button before you leave today, and also don't forget to subscribe. It helps me out a ton. I love you guys so much, and I appreciate you spending time with me here on my channel today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!
Baby, good at thinking out loud, but not too good at keeping promises. No, or did you fool yourself enough to be proud? Oh, baby, good at thinking. Even though your mama told you be the best that you can, she never warned you for the monsters dancing in your head, the devil on your shoulders strung you up.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing some Monday motivation for you. I know what it's like going into a new week. Sometimes it can be a little overwhelming, and depending on if you had a super busy weekend or not, sometimes it's just really easy to fall behind. And I just find that I am more productive and just in a better mood overall throughout the week when I kick things off on a Monday and just get caught up and just get a ton of things checked off my list. So that's what we're going to be doing in today's video. So if you have a lot on your list and maybe you're just kind of feeling very unmotivated on checking those things off your list, you've definitely come to the right place. I am here to help you, and let's get it done together. So let's go ahead and get started.
Sometimes when I'm reasoning
A few things that I love to do right off in the morning just to make sure I have a very productive day is to, one, make my bed. So that's where we're starting, in my bedroom this morning. The other thing I love to do is to get dressed, get out of my PJs, because I notice if I lounge around too long in the morning, it just stresses me out, and I feel like it just gives me less time to do things later in the day. So I find if I get up and get dressed, it doesn't have to be anything fancy, even just throw on a little bit of makeup, like maybe some lip gloss and mascara. And then the other thing I love to do is to throw in a load of laundry or get a basket of laundry put away. I don't know about you guys, but if I miss one day of laundry, I might have missed a week of laundry. So this just helps me stay on task and just helps me feel like I'm not getting too overwhelmed with too much to do. So those are three things that I love to do right off in the morning: is make my bed, get dressed, and do something with laundry. As we enter into the last month of 2021, it's so crazy to look back and reflect on where this year started. At the beginning of every year, I love to pick up a pen and paper and write down a handful of goals and challenges that I want to set for myself for that year, both personally and professionally. I'm not a New Year's resolution type of person, but I do believe in challenging myself and seeing what I can do to really push myself and grow as a person. And I wrote down a handful of goals that I wanted to achieve. And one of those goals was to focus on my YouTube channel and really push myself out of my comfort zone and grow and learn a lot about the business. But one of the other things I really wanted to set for myself was to reach out to somebody that I really looked up to and admired here on YouTube. And with that said, I am so honored and excited to share my sweet friend Lynn White with you all. We are coming together on today's video. So I know a lot of you might already know Lynn. She has been on YouTube for a while and I've just looked up to her channel for so long. But I will have her channel linked down below if you guys wanted to go check her out. She's doing some Christmas decorating around her beautiful home today. She lives in Florida and she has the sweetest new baby girl named Emma, and she also is a large family, and I just love following her story and following her channel. And she's just a kind, genuine person who just stays true to herself and doesn't get sucked into all things that comes with social media. And she's just a true gem and just a ray of light in this space. So if you guys don't follow Lynn or subscribe to her channel, definitely go over and check her out when you are done watching my channel today. She's doing Christmas decorating and I'm going to be providing you all with a ton of motivation. So if you guys are here from Lynn's channel, welcome. I'm so excited to have you, and I will share a little bit more about myself in just a few minutes.
Let's rejoice of what will come. I have made the choice of thinking bigger. 'Cause you are all that I need. You are all that so I just close my eyes and dream about our kids and how they're running around. Won't you come and lay down next to me? Close your eyes and we'll be free.
Now that my room is all picked up and set for the day, I'm going to go ahead and move into this loft area. This is right at the top of our stairs. This is the kids' domain and play area. If you guys missed this room makeover video, I will link it down below, but it has been functioning so nicely since I came in here and redid it all, and it's just such a game changer. But it obviously does still get messy. They are kids, but at least everything has a place now, and it makes it a lot more efficient for me to come in here and pick it up. So before I move downstairs and the kids are at school, I'm going to do a really quick clean up in here, and then we will head downstairs.
Let me spread my wings again, floating in the air. I never thought it felt this good without. And I know, and I know, and I know, and I know you thought you'd see me cry again. Yes, I know, yes, I know, yes, I know, yes, I know you wonder why I'm acting so at ease. 'Cause I know I need higher standards to serve, higher standards to reach, higher standards without you. 'Cause I know I need higher standards to serve, higher standards to reach, higher standards without you. You don't have to try to win me back, it's already too late. to know you. Wonder why I'm acting so at ease. 'Cause I know I need higher standards, deserve higher standards, will reach higher standards without you. 'Cause I know I need higher standards, deserve higher standards, will reach higher standards without you. 'Cause I know I need higher standards, deserve higher standards, will reach higher standards without you. 'Cause I know I need higher standards.
So since I was filming this on a weekday, I had the kids at school and I needed to go out and run some errands before I picked them up. And I recently just got myself a Sam's Club membership. I also have a membership at Costco, and I'm really excited to finally have a membership at both. And my mom met me at Sam's Club and we trolled the aisles, I think for like an hour and a half, and I found this beautiful wreath. This is real and it was less than $20. And my cart was overflowing and my mom and I were laughing on how much time we spent in there and how much stuff I brought home. So I wanted to give you guys just a really quick overhaul of what I picked up from Sam's Club. Now, they had a lot of stuff that Costco carries, but they also had a lot of stuff that I've never seen before at Costco. And so I'm just going over really quickly to show you guys what I picked up. Now, these chicken bites I've seen going around social media. Apparently they taste like Chick-fil-A nuggets, and I put them in my air fryer that night, and the kids, I didn't try one, but the boys said that they do actually taste like Chick-fil-A. So if you have not seen these, pick them up and then make sure you get the Chick-fil-A sauce from Target, or you can get it online. And it's just insane how much it looks like Chick-fil-A, and the boys say it actually tastes like it too. So that's really, really neat. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish showing you guys what I picked up from Sam's Club, and then we will go ahead and get right back into the cleaning.
I don't know how or what I could have done better. Baby, I really tried the best I could. I can't stop time for you. I can't stop time for you. I can't stop time for you. I've played my part for nothing, and I did it all for you, for you. Yeah, we've been through this, I'm not the one you need right now, and I can't stop time for you. I don't know why we couldn't work this out, because you know I tried the best I could, the best I could. I can't stop time for you.
This wreath is so absolutely incredible. I cannot believe that it was less than $20. So I want to give you guys a really up close shot of this and just show you how fresh and beautiful it was. I want to say it was like $18.99 or something like that. And you could see how much bigger it was than just like my standard size wreath that I had on here before I hung this up. And I'm just so happy with it, and it looks so gorgeous. Now I feel so ready to come out here and decorate the outside of my home. If you guys missed my Christmas videos, I did start decorating inside, but over this last weekend my husband got the Christmas lights up and I got this wreath, so I really want to come in and do the porch. So definitely stick around and stay tuned for that. But now that I got all of my groceries and my haul and everything all put away, this is a quick overview of what I'm working with. Down here, I had gotten the boys from school after I went to Sam's Club, so they ran upstairs to play for a little bit, and I'm just going to catch up on some cleaning before we start doing homework. So I'm going to go ahead and start here in the kitchen and do some dishes.
I can't stop time for you. Won't you get out my way, get out my way. I don't need this right now, I don't need this right now.
to keep it nice and clean, not freak out and cause a scene. I try to hold it together, keep it together, not sure who I really am, just be cute and super bland. I try to hold it together, keep it together. Been playing it down, but I'm so getting tired. Now won't you meet high? 'Cause I've been feeling that crazy, and I need to lose control. So baby, put the record on, baby, put the record on, hit it. And I've been needing that crazy, and I gotta let it go. So baby, put the record on, I'm not gonna need that song, hit it. Monday came and swept away all the fun of yesterdays, but I'm gonna hold it together. This ain't forever. Need a shot and then a beat, somewhere to let out some steam. I'm not the one to say never, never say never. Been playing it down, but I'm so getting tired. Now won't you meet high? 'Cause I've been feeling that crazy, and I need to lose control. So baby, put the record on, baby, put the record on, hit it. And I've been needing that crazy, and I gotta let it go. So baby, put the record on, I'm not gonna need that song, hit it. Come with me. I'm gonna get this party lit. Come with me. Let's do something we'll regret.
Come with me. I'm gonna get this party.
Since I got all new dinnerware and flatware, it felt really nice to go through some of my old dishes. And I have a bunch of Ray Dunn bowls that I just don't need. I sold off a lot of my Ray Dunn, and this is pretty much the last of it with the exception of some mugs. But I took a picture and I posted these plates and bowls on my local Facebook marketplace for free. I didn't even want anything for them. I just wanted to bless somebody this holiday, and it just felt so good to be able to pass these off for somebody else to enjoy them. So I'm just going to box them up in this extra box that I had, and I saved it for this, so it worked out perfectly. So I'm going to clear off these counters, get these old dishes put in here, and just move them on to their next home. And then I'm going to wipe down my counters. I had made some food this morning and I never wiped down my counters, so I'm going to go through my kitchen and wipe everything down.
It's 2 a.m. and I can't fall asleep, 'cause I'm not tired. I'm thinking about the days we used to shine when we were young. I told you that we should start a band and reach for the sky. It's 2 a.m. and I can't fall asleep. I'm just not tired. I can hear the raindrops falling. It's cold outside and I kinda feel like calling, but it's too late now. I just miss you. I just miss you. We were such a constellation, right? No, you'd agree. Made a reputation for ourselves at age 18. We had the devil on our shoulders telling us what we should do. I wonder if you think about me too. I can hear the raindrops falling. It's cold outside and I kinda feel like
here, I am picking up pretty much where I left off in my last video. I had cleaned the exterior of my trash can, but I didn't have time to do the inside. So I'm going to take this into the backyard. If you guys are new here, hello. If you came over from Lynn's channel, I'm so happy to have you. I'm in Southern California and it is still in the 70s and 80s here right now. So I'm totally still okay to take this trash can outside and hose it down. I understand if you live in a colder climate, this isn't necessarily realistic to you, but I've asked people, what do you do in the colder months to clean out your trash cans when they get gross? And a lot of people said that they just pop them in their bathtub and they scrub them out and then they clean their bathtub after, and it's no big deal. So luckily it's still really warm out here. As you can see, I'm in a tank top. I've got my hair up. We're still full summer mode over here, even though it is December. But I'm going to hose down the interior of this trash can, and I just took my multi-surface spray by Mrs. Meyer's I had left over from the fall scent, and then I have these little scrub pads I love to pick up at the Dollar Tree because I don't feel bad throwing them away after I use them for things like this. And I'm just scrubbing down the inside of this trash can. You guys saw in a clip just a few seconds ago. It was really disgusting. And then I'm going to rinse it down and then dry it off. And I'm even going to set it in the sun for a little while, let it dry before I bring it back in the house.
Let me feel your love again, 'cause I've been running round in circles screaming out your name. Take me to a different place.
I have a lot of new faces here, and I've also had a lot of requests to take you guys in the backyard. Sometimes you guys can see the yard from inside the house while I'm cleaning, so we will get back inside to the cleaning in just 1 minute, but I did get some requests to take you guys back here and show you the yard. So I figured I'm back here anyways doing the trash can, so I might as well just do a quick pan around the yard. Now this was completely unplanned, so it's not like I was able to come back here and make it all like beautiful and perfect. It just is what it is for this video. So I hope that you guys enjoy this little sneak peek of our backyard. The pool we did put in about 2 years ago, and all of the landscaping you see, like all the trees, all the bark, all the bushes, flowers, all that we just had put in this last, I think, March or April. So it's very, very new, and we enjoyed this yard so much this summer, finally having it complete because we had to do it in steps, and it's just nice not to have like a brown dirt hill and have some beautiful palm trees and flowers back here now. So I hope you guys enjoyed that small little landscaping and pool tour of the backyard. But now that we're back inside, I've got some super satisfying cleaning for you all. We're going to wipe down these sliding glass doors, and then we're going to get into the tracks of these doors, and I'm going to be busting out my Bissell Steam Shot, and I love using that thing. It is super satisfying. So we're going to get into that in just a moment.
Kissing under streetlights, doing what we want to, doing what we need to do, staying up all night.
Mentioned earlier that I would quickly introduce myself. If you guys came over from Lynn's channel, welcome. I'm so excited to have you, and I cannot wait to meet you. Make sure you guys say hello down below in the comments. I love chatting with my subscribers and those of you that pop over to watch my videos. I try and get back to each and every comment. But I'm Katie, and I do a lot of lifestyle content on here, like cleaning, organizing, decorating, a little bit of mommyhood. And I've been doing YouTube for a little over 2 years, and I've been loving it. It has seriously been such an amazing experience, and I love opening up my home and sharing just a ton of motivation because I know how hard it can be to get up and get things done. I can absolutely relate. I am a boy mom to Rylan, who is 9, and Colton, who is 7. And I've been married for almost 12 years to my husband. And we are, like I mentioned, in Southern California. We are in the Temecula Valley. So we are pretty much right in between Orange County and San Diego, and an hour from Disneyland. So that kind of helps kind of put us on a map on kind of where we're at. But yeah, I'm so happy you guys are here, and I hope you guys are enjoying this video so far.
in and out of love, never get enough. We never seem to get older. When things are going right, you seem to have the time, but when it's hard, you just grow cold.
How satisfying is that to watch those Bissell steam shots work? I love busting this thing out and using it as often as I can, but especially here in the tracks of my sliding glass door or in windowsills. I love even busting it out in the shower and all those hard to reach places, but they definitely are a handy thing to have around, and they're super affordable, around like $30. I always have it linked down below in my Amazon storefront if you guys want to check it out. But next, I also wanted to show you guys how I'm going to be using my robot vacuum to do all my floors in today's video. So I usually share how I vacuum and I mop and I do it all myself, but every once in a while I love to just bring out my robot vacuum. I shared this in a recent video. This is the Roborock S7, and it vacuums and mops all at once, and when it goes over the carpet, it has this technology where it lifts the mop so it doesn't get your carpets wet, and then it goes back to a hard surface like wood or tile. It just goes right back to mopping again. It is so awesome. So you're going to be seeing this thing running in the background while I go ahead and move on here to the family room. I just need to straighten it up in here, and then I do have some laundry that I will be pulling out of the dryer and just need to get it organized.
Keep lighting fires, the words repeat 'cause we're scared of the silence. We should be good, but we keep lighting fires, fires around ourselves. It's deja vu. Memories come back when I'm with you. It's deja vu. Memories come back when I'm with you. Lighted fires. The words repeat 'cause we're scared of the silence. We should be good, but we keep lighting fires. We keep on talking and talking.
I'm going to go ahead and wrap up today's video, and I hope that this video was able to provide you guys with a ton of Monday motivation. I've shared these types of videos before in the past and you guys loved them, so I hope you guys enjoyed this one too. And if you guys are new, I would love to have you and hit that subscribe button before you leave today. And if you enjoyed today's video, if you could hit that like button, it helps me out a ton and it costs nothing. Also, don't forget to go over and say hello to Lynn and check out her video for more motivation and some festive Christmas decorations. And other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!